Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be discussing about how I got into gardening. So the video is going to be divided into 3 different parts, and it's going to be when I started, what inspired me, and then the third part will be why I continue to garden. So the first time I ever started gardening was in 2018, and the first ever plant that I had was a tomato plant, and I had started it inside because we didn't really have the space for it outside, and we had a sunroom, had a lot of light coming into that room, so it was the good amount of light and space for the tomato plant. Eventually the tomato plant did get transplanted outside, and unfortunately it was too late in the season when I had first did this plant, and it was from seed. I did start it from seed, and when it was getting cold outside, the tomatoes were still green, so we had just fried up some green tomatoes, and it was one of the first meals that I ever had that was grown by me. I also had some sort of thyme, I think it was, but that was bought from the store, and then I had just planted that into the ground too. But yeah, my first ever plant that I had grown from seed was a tomato plant, and it was successful even if it didn't turn red. So from there on out, I got really inspired, and so every year from then to now, I have gardened. I have done some sort of gardening, regardless if it was something huge or something that I was still experimenting with. But one of the main things that really inspires me is to know where my food comes from. I think it's really important, and I like to eat healthy, and to be able to know exactly what I'm putting on my plant, or if anything, what kind of soil is being used, what kind of nutrients I'm giving to the plant. I get to know everything that comes with my harvest. And so I think it's good to know overall where your food comes from, regardless if it's something that you grow or if it's something that you go and support locally or even at a grocery store. It's just good to know overall where your food comes from. And if it's not really known, then I would just try my best to find out, or just try to stick to what you believe is the healthiest foods that you can get. Another thing that has inspired me is just how overall amazing it is that you can plant a seed into the soil and then up comes your harvest. And it's just really amazing, again, to know that God has created such abundance for us that when we grow like a squash plant, we get seeds from the squash, and then we can just start the process all over again, keep the seeds for years to come, and it just seems like an amazing gift that God has given to us. And last but not least, the reason why I continue is for a multitude of reasons, but it is just so fun overall, and it's something that truly brings me joy. And other reasons are I get to feel like as if I'm learning a very useful skill. I don't think this is very not good to know. I think that it's very important to know, and even going as far as to like teaching other people what you know about gardening. I think that there's a level of respect to people that do know how to take care of plants and grow food. And maybe some people would have an argument or debate about this, but I believe that you can save money from growing a tomato plant or anything that you get on a daily basis at the grocery store, and having the ability to just be able to grow it at home. I think it does overall help with saving money. Yes, there is an investment with the soil, what kind of container or area that you're gonna have where everything's gonna start growing. So there is an overall time and money investment that goes into starting, but once you get going, it overall is going to save money, because once you have the containers, you don't need to keep buying them, or once you have your seeds, you don't always need to keep buying them every single year if you're able to maintain and properly store them. But yeah, so when I had started gardening, it was really something that was new and didn't really know anything at all. I literally just planted a seed into some soil, and then I just watched and see what had happened. It was just one of those things where I didn't take it too seriously. It wasn't like my goal to have a large harvest or to even have any at all. It was just more of an experiment and to just see what was even possible. And then now that I know what is possible, and there's even more to come for me to understand of more of what's possible, but overall, knowing now what I know has given me a lot of confidence and has allowed me to develop a new knowledge and mindset around gardening. Like how I said earlier, I have a lot of respect for people that get into it and want to do more with it than just a hobby, and even go as far as to trying to teach other people what they know and what they can allow other people to know too. So yes, that is how I got into gardening. That is what had inspired me, and that is why I continue. You know, overall, I would just have to say that the experience and knowledge that I gained from the skills of gardening have really just been my huge motivation. Just expanding more of my mind to just everything that comes with gardening, because I think a lot of people get like intimidated and they don't even want to try it, or they think it's hard, or just, you know, it's something new and you're taking care of like something that's alive. So it's kind of, at least for me, I want to know that I'm taking care of it and I want to keep it alive. So if you've never done anything like this before, I would just suggest go for it. I wouldn't even try to overthink or hesitate too much about it, because at the end of the day, you know, mistakes happen, and we should never have to judge ourselves too much when it comes to just trying to learn something new like that. But that is all that I have for this video. If you have enjoyed this, please let me know, and maybe in the future I will make another video surrounding this type of topic, or if you have any other questions, then go ahead and let me know down below. So I hope that you guys have a good one, and until next time, I will see you. Bye-bye.